As a DM, I want you to get more comfortable role-playing as your character. I want it to feel more smooth, more natural, easier for you to step in, and I want you to be very aware of your current thoughts and emotions as your character. What are they experiencing? How are they processing everything that's been going on? Things like that. And I think spending just 10 minutes before each session, asking yourself a couple of key questions that I'm going to outline here in this video, that they're going to make a huge difference. I think these questions will help you step into your character's mind so that you can connect more with them, you can connect more with the party, make choices that feel more natural, and be ready for those moments where the DM might be sort of twisting the story, shaking things up a little bit, maybe something that you weren't really expecting, but you've got to act quickly on. A couple of notes on the side of your page, something down in front of you while you're playing, will do wonders in helping you step in those moments. So what I'm going to do is share a process I think will be really helpful. And so preparing to roleplay doesn't need to be really complicated. It doesn't need to take forever. We're not going super deep into our characters. We actually just want to stay in the quick, superficial level to do this and do this well. So we're going to break this down into 3 categories: past, present, and future. I'm going to do 2 questions from the past, 2 questions to think about for your character's present, and then 2 from the future. I'm also going to do those from an internal perspective. What is your character thinking through personally? And then an external perspective. How are they thinking and responding to what's going on outside of them? So that's the framework that we're thinking of: past, present, future, internal, and external. And then what you're going to do is for each of these questions, just write down 1 or 2 words, some type of response. And so maybe use this video in your prep for your next session right now. And after I read each question and explain it a bit, just pause it and do that for your character and write some notes down. So let's dive in to the past. Question 1, personal past. What unresolved events or past experiences are still weighing on my character's mind, influencing how they approach the party or the current situation? What unresolved events or past experiences are on my character's mind? So maybe your character regrets a current, recent, past failure, something that is very recent, but they're still kind of churning about it inside. Or they're still riding high from a recent victory. Just jot down a few words to remind yourself, like, recently lost a friend. They need revenge for something that recently happened. They're seeking some form of redemption. And then when you're in the session, these reminders will help guide your choices without the need to overthink things. Oh, this is what's currently present on my character's mind. Second, for an external past question: is there anyone in the party or any NPC who my character has unfinished business with? And how do they feel about confronting this person? It's not necessarily bad, just something that needs resolved, something that needs talked about. So this one's about relationships. Maybe your character has a grudge on somebody. Maybe they feel extra loyalty towards somebody in the party, or they have some hidden admiration for a party member. So maybe they saw another character do something that they really approved of, they thought was noble or great. And so they're like, wow, that was awesome, and I saw it, but I never got to say anything about it. That's unresolved. They should go and say something about it. Or maybe they have somebody that they distrust, or somebody now they see as a rival. It could be an NPC for that matter, or maybe somebody they're in competition with within the party, anything like that. Writing those notes down, just jotting that down. Character's name, emotion. Character's name, this relationship thought. That can set the tone for how you roleplay with that person. A quick reminder of those dynamics can just make those interactions a little bit more rich and flavored with that lens of emotion. So those are our 2 past questions. Now we're going to jump into present. The personal present question: what are the current emotions, fears, and motivations that are driving my character in this part of the adventure? Emotions, fears, motivations. For this question, think about your character's current mindset. Are they afraid? Are they confident? What are they particularly worried about? And writing down, they're excited, they're doubtful, they're worried about the group's safety. Things like that will just remind you in this immediate moment what their motivation is. It's a small note that can then bring out those bigger roleplay moments during tense scenes. And then fourth, we now have the external present question. Who in the party does my character feel closest to or most distant from right now? And how does that affect their role in the group? So your character might be wanting to gravitate more towards some characters and wanting some distance from others. Maybe that plays out in combat, literally with their movement and who they're standing by, who they're protecting. But then also maybe it's something that just needs addressed. Like, hey, I've been wanting to avoid this other character. Something about them is just abrasive and rubbing against me the wrong way. Let's address that in character. Hey, my character's struggling with you when you do this or that. Can we work that out? Why are you doing that? And can we change? Can we resolve this tension? Next, we're going to move into future. Last 2 questions. We have a personal future question. What changes or improvements does my character want to see in themselves, and how do they plan to achieve this? Our characters are experiencing major drama and major trauma, things that are shaping the way that they think, the way that they behave. They're saving lives. They're running into immediate danger in big cities. They're, having this life of extreme highs and lows and adventure. They should be changing because of those major events. I mean, think of how many major events have shaped your life and have changed the way that you view other people people or yourself and what you think is good or bad and success or failure. We're going to just use that same process for our characters. So how does this character feel about their, or how is this character feeling about their evolving nature? Maybe they want to be braver. Maybe they're trying to be a better leader. If you've seen your party maybe kind of fall apart for not having that good of a plan, or something got unplanned, that something happened that was unplanned and then everything just kind of went wrong, your character might want to just step in more as a leader because of that and try to figure out how can we plan and process this better. Writing something down like my character wants more courage, or they need to be more patient because they've lashed out a couple of times at other characters. Things like that gives you a goal to play towards. These small little self-reminders will help you find meaningful ways to push your character towards growth each session. And then lastly, we have this external future question. What is truly at stake for my character? If the party succeeds or fails in their current mission, how does this shape their priorities? I love this question because it gets us into that moment of like, why are we doing this? And that often happens when your party needs to make a plan of some sort, or maybe they just don't know, what do we do next? And if you have a couple words written down about what your character thinks is at stake, what they're most worried about, what they want to see happen, or what they're worried about not happening if they fail, just having that written down could just, let's start with a foundation. Hey, bottom line, we're trying to protect this person. Or bottom line, we're trying to prevent this major event from happening, which risks the destruction of this town. You know, whatever's happening is like, oh, that's what's at stake. That's what my character cares about. And so the mission might mean everything to your character, or maybe it's not that personal yet, but just think about how success and failure will affect them. And then write down a couple of words like, my hometown is at risk, or my family is counting on me to do this. This will help you step into and be in tune with what drives your character's priorities during tense moments or when you're trying to help the party move forward. So there you have it. That's 6 questions to deepen your role play. Just spending 10 minutes jotting down a few words in response to each of those questions. You'll be amazed at how much more connected you'll feel both to your character and to the story. So give those questions a try before your next session. Take these a few minutes just writing down those words, and then let me know in the comments how that feels. What are you processing as your character? What are some of the responses to those questions that you have in character that are going to help you inform you going into your next session? If you have other questions you'd like to ask about your characters, please share them below. How do you prep? How do you prepare? I'd love to hear what helps you get into the mindset of your character. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe for more D&D insights, questions, ways to prepare, but then also getting some more of the information from the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and then soon the Monster's Manual, which I'm so excited about. Of those 3, I'm most excited for the new Monster's Manual, so cannot wait to get some content out once that's here. So thank you so much for tuning in. Stick around for more videos to come.